What an unexpected turn. Hello, everybody. This is John, your usual host of John's Talk Show. I have returned for a very simple, basic episode. So, this episode, as the title suggests, what lies ahead? It's a very interesting title. This is episode number 13 of our John's Talk Show series, and I'm very excited to get started. I am the only person in today's episode. That's okay. So we're going to be going ahead and just getting right into it because, well, it's kind of awkward when there's silence, so I don't think it's really needed. So anyway, let's get started. So, this, as the title suggests, is basically about what to expect in future. Now, I'm actually going to be less talking about JTS here because JTS, well, in my opinion, isn't that important to me. It is just kind of a place where I just like to talk, and that's pretty much it. Usually just a social place to talk and enjoy and get a couple of laughs. As of today, though, I do have some pretty interesting things I wanted to discuss that I have recently changed about myself. And what I am expecting to do in the future. Because, well, obviously there's reasons to, to kind of treat yourself in the future ahead. So I guess to begin, as of, let me check the thing right here. As of, I think I stopped doing it on Monday of last week, which was my time off, of course. As of the 12th of September, which is very convenient, and how that's a day ahead, and also the same day where my old friend's birthday was. Yeah, a lot of things. I don't know why. September 12th is a very interesting day because a lot of things happened on that day. It feels like it's also the creation of my channel, believe it or not, which is even more weird. Anyway, so I actually don't know how fucking old my channel is. Actually, let me check. And I'm not talking about JTS channel. JTS channel is was created very recently, I think, as of this year. So it's it's not really that old. The account actually associated to it is actually the oldest one that I've ever had in fucking my life. It's the oldest account that I've really ever had. My channel is, as of September 12th of this year, which was, as of the recording of this episode, is 6 days ago. It is officially 6 years old. Damn. And I have no idea how old my Flaming Pony account was, which I'm assuming it probably is just a little bit older, maybe like a couple of months, or maybe a couple of years. I don't know. Maybe it's like at least 8 years since I've made it. I think it might have been 2014 is when I made it. Maybe 2013. I don't really remember. It's been a while. Anyway, let's begin. So, what I was trying to say was, as of September 12th of this year, I am officially caffeine free. I've decided I do not want to be associated with caffeine anymore, and also sodas. Now, technically, sodas in general don't usually always have caffeine, and I know that me stopping caffeine, is like, oh, so that's okay. I mean, that's kind of expected. But I'm stopping soda too because I realized the side effects of a lot of sodas that have certain very chemicals. I don't really like those side effects, and it kind of made me realize that, like, well, if I'm stopping caffeine, I might as well just stop soda in general or anything that really has those kinds of chemicals. I'm pretty sure you guys that do drink that stuff still, probably are aware as to what that means and what I'm trying to refer to. Yeah, that stuff is not really good, and that's not really great for your intestines. So I kind of just decided that I'm not gonna stick with it anymore. this is the very first weekend, a full weekend without buying any soda, and I feel actually really good. My sleeping is a little bit better. I'm not waking up with migraines or um a little bit too tired. I kind of feel more refreshed. And surprisingly enough, I'm out of water right now, but that's okay. Um if you guys are kind of curious as to how much water I usually drink per day, I do drink about a gallon a day. Um I can't I don't really know how much because I don't really know how fucking ounces are in my glass right here that I have right next to me. I do know the waters that I've been buying recently. I do not drink. I mean, I do drink Dasani canned water, which is very cheap at Walmart. Surprisingly, that's only like a less than $1. Uh, I think it's like, I think in total it's like a $1.50 or $1.30 for like 2 cans of water, which is really good. I think it's like 75 cents. Very good for 16 ounces for that much water. That's a really good deal. And as of recently, I've been buying Smart Water, and Smart Water, I did try it before, but for some reason at the time, I probably just wasn't comfortable enough with water to really see the difference. And now I do, and I've been drinking a lot more Smart Water. These ones actually have 20 fluid ounces of water, and I buy like between like 2 and 4 a day, and then I would drink a couple of cans of water if I'm still thirsty and I don't really want to go to the cash registers. I would go to the back and buy some water, or if that's out, I would get some Smart Water. Either way, the Smart Water, this is probably the my most favorite water I've ever drank. Unless you want to include Dasani water. Deja Blue is still good. I just probably would not consider it as good as Smart Water. For some reason, Smart Water has been really good, and I think there was another brand as well that I really liked as well. I don't remember what the name of it was, but that one and this one are really, really great. The filters did really a great job of not having like a weird taste to it, like at least keeping it, at least have the texture and the taste of it taste good. And it actually feels as though that like there's nothing really disgusting in it. And compared to the filter, which I feel like as though that it does keep, some of them do include like a certain weird taste, which I believe is just some chemicals in it, or maybe just the way how the water is manufactured. I don't really know how it whole works, but I do recommend if you were sticking to a water diet, um, which I'm not gonna just drink water for the rest of my life. Like, no, I'm gonna be drinking some other things here and there. Like, I do still drink milk occasionally. Um, Usually chocolate milk because I just like the taste better and it's just more delicious. But I'm assuming it still has like things in it, and I do. I very rarely do I do cereal, but it's only because when I actually am in the mood to eat cereal, by the time that I get home and then I eat something else, that kind of just goes away, and then all of a sudden I just kind of forget that I even have the ability to eat cereal, and I'm not really in the mood anymore. See what I mean? Like that's the fucking struggle of having to eat cereal constantly. Is the fact that you're not always in the mood. But again, when you're in the survival, you have to eat whatever the fuck you have. So I should not be picky, but it's not my fault when I'm just, when I'm not really in the survival situation. I'm just like, I just want to eat certain kind of food. Like I'm in the mood for something. And I'm not always in the mood for cereal, of course. But like I said, though, I do like cereal. I do enjoy it. And I usually just eat it as another way of intaking milk. So, and it kind of just adds like another taste to the milk too. So it just makes it more interesting and more tasteful. So yeah, water has been a huge change for me for the future. I'm hoping that this will make a huge impact to my body, and from now on, hopefully in the next several weeks, while I'm also going to try to be a little bit more active at work. And what I mean by that is like, since I work in retail and I stock constantly, I'm gonna be trying to move more quickly. I want to try to like lose some pounds because I've realized that the job is actually not a bad way to lose some pounds and try to be as active as possible. And I would go on walks more, but right now we're kind of in during like the summer kind of time of the year, so I really just don't want to go outside and you know get like a sunburn. I do think it is calming down very soon in October. Right now we're kind of in September, so I think we're still kind of like almost in that transition period. But since we're in Arizona, it's kind of harder to really see a difference in the temperature. And usually it's fucking bright as hell out there. And it really shows you like, yeah, I'm not going out there where the fucking sun looks as though that it's gonna fucking burn me alive from just the light itself. Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah. um but for real though, it's insane because of how crazily hot it is over here. And I would love to go on walks more and maybe go to the park or maybe just go on small trips or maybe just go on a bike ride more. That's something that I do want to do again. I want to go back to my skinny self because I miss it. I miss that body build. And I don't know why I was became so lazy that like I've gained a lot of pounds. Well, not a lot, but I've gained like enough. And it's kind of just realized that like yeah, I'm kind of uncomfy. I want to go back to being healthy. Um, and I want to kind of look a little bit more after my body because, and I'm not saying that like change my food diet. Fuck that shit. Fuck changing your food diet. I mean, that's a really great like move too, but like it's like nah, I'm good. You need to be taking a certain amounts of calories and nutritions a day, and not be a fucking vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian. I don't want to be one. I want to still enjoy the foods that I enjoy on an everyday basis. I want to enjoy the sweets. I want to enjoy the crap because I don't care. I just want to look after my body more. Like as long as I'm looking after my body and then it's it's doing better in general, um, and as long as I'm watching my intake, of course, that's all I really care about. And I'm pretty sure that's just perfectly fine. I know it's not healthy to be eating that kind of crap, but again, it's just not just it's just it doesn't seem natural to be quitting your regular diet as to what a human is supposed to be eating a day to going to something that isn't naturally normal. See what I mean? And I've heard that there has been some issues with people who do tend to take vegetarian routes. So no, I am not going towards that route. At the very least, what I want to do is I want to lose some pounds. If I can lose this weight, which I don't know when I'm going to do that because I'm not exactly like in the mindset right now to kind of do that, and I'm not really in the mood usually. That's probably like the most kind of effort I'm going to really do is just lose pounds. That's all. I want to keep my pounds limited, and I want to watch my intake and just kind of keep it low. And then another thing, which I did do that really recently. I do not order DoorDash anymore. I used to do that quite a lot, and I guess my XBF just kind of fucking did that to me. He just freaking got me into that mindset, which I used to not do it, but I don't really think it really affected me in terms of my weight. It might have, but because I already gained a lot of pounds anyway. But I'm hoping that my if I try to be a little bit more active at work and just try to be constantly moving and constantly working, hopefully, I will not be so heavy in my weight. I'm hoping that at least. I'm hoping to just only eat at least twice a day and not really intake a lot of stuff. Hopefully, if I do that and I constantly work, hopefully it will kind of run. If my job doesn't really do a lot, then I might have to try and do more exercises outside, which I don't know how that's gonna work. But again, it's not really on my mind as of right now. I'm gonna just wait a little bit longer because I don't want to ruin my schedule of trying to be productive because I want my productive activity to kind of match to the point where like the exercising I can kind of fit a nice time zone in which I can be productive, and then I can also be exercising at a certain time and that kind of stuff. Kind of like how a lot of YouTubers do it right now. Like Markiplier, he used to exercise quite a bit, keep his pounds really low, and also work. That's the kind of schedule I want. Like I want a nice schedule that fits in my criteria, and then I can also try and force myself to work. Or well, of course, I have to work, for my own sake. That's something that I want to do. But right now, it's just not right now. It's just not really a good time because I don't really have that ability. Since I just kind of want to relax because work is kind of annoying and it's stressful a lot of the time, and I just kind of want to just relax, sit back, and just kind of be productive on my own terms, or just watch some videos and relax and enjoy my life. To try to just enjoy the fact that I'm even alive. It's kind of weird that I'm saying that, but whatever. So yeah, I stopped DoorDash on the same day that I stopped drinking soda. So it's a really big thing. It doesn't mean that I've stopped ordering entirely. I probably will order pizza very occasionally. I won't say like all the time, but I want to just kind of stop doing ordering and just kind of limit my food intake very low. And I guess if I'm really going to go the extra mile, hopefully by like next year, my resolution will be like I'm going to be intaking the exact amount of calories that I need to have on a day-to-day basis. And that basically means I'm going to be looking up how much calories in food that I'm supposed to take, and I'm going to force myself to eat that kind of meal every single day that has the exact amount of calories that you're supposed to take every single day. If it's not enough for my body, too bad. I don't give a shit. You have to fucking deal with it, body. I might like separate it over the courting of the day. Like maybe during my break, I'll drink some like very small uh, ounces of milk, and maybe just like a couple of extra stuff right there. And then maybe during my lunch at work, I'll probably eat like some meats and veggies and stuff. Who knows? I'll think about it. But I do know that's something that my teacher taught me in school, and I might go towards that. I just have to force myself to do it though. And I do like certain salads. Don't get me wrong. I do like some salads. I've tried some salads at work, or around. Sometimes, those little salad containers that sometimes you would have. They're kind of like a plastic containers. You have a whole salad meal. I do enjoy those. It's just going to be really hard to kind of stick to that kind of diet and try to, because that's the only thing that I'm really focusing on is that if I can just lose the pounds and then try to stick to, a very low calorie diet, I should be fine. I just don't want to go overboard with food. So, because that's kind of the reason why I do this. And also, I kind of just gallop things and without even tasting or just chewing. So, I used to not really do that. I want to do better about that. Just don't know yet. Now, before I do go upon that, I want to fix my teeth. Now, what's wrong with my teeth is the fact that I do not wash them and I do not brush them. I do not do anything to basically keep them clean. I sometimes will, like there are times when I will do it for like at least a week. And I will be like in like that mindset of like I want to wash this. I want to brush it. I want to stick to it. But it only lasts for at least a week to at most about a month before I just stop. And I think there was a time when I have really have spent my time brushing my teeth, but it once again stopped. And I was on a period where I just didn't do it anymore. That's something I want to fix next, but I'm not going to do it until my water diet has been official, my body is used to it, and that it feels like it really genuinely appreciates it from now on. And that my body starts to take that as a positive effect towards my body. So hopefully there's going to be some changes. Once I realize the changes, then I'm going to be moving towards my teeth. Don't know when that's going to be happening, but I would really appreciate to just, brush my teeth, get them nice and clean. And if I notice any kind of like issues that are permanent, I'm gonna go to the dentist and I want to, check in, see like, hey, I'm starting to like, I'm starting to take care of my teeth. I don't brush them too often. I know you guys recommend that I do, but it's just really a struggle to keep that kind of movement. So I want to just ask, what can you do to fix my teeth? Or what's some things that can like heal them, or like is it kind of surgery? Like what can you do? And also there's also the whole sake of like there's a certain tooth in your mouth that is supposed to grow and it's supposed to be very painful. You know what's interesting? I do not feel it right now, and I do not know when it's supposed to grow in. And I'm very worried because I know that's going to be the fucking worst pain of my life. But my teeth right now are kind of just weird in general, but I'm hoping someday I'm going to start looking after them, and I'm going to start trying to look and see like, hey, like is there something wrong with my teeth? Like what can you do? Because I do feel pain right now, and that's just because of the sweets that I constantly eat, which isn't really great, but it really shows you it's very likely because now that I'm done with my soda intake, it's probably gonna start having effects. I'm gonna start being a little bit more noticeable, but whatever. But I'm hopefully with water now as a primary intake. Hopefully things will get much better, easier, and it won't be so much of a struggle. So now let me talk about what I'm going to be doing as in terms of the other channels. Now, John's Jon'sCraft, my gaming channel. I'm going to be just very honest. This channel, I do not post on there very often because I'm not really much of a gamer nowadays. Now, I'm not going to remove the channel or anything like that. Like, I think that channel has genuinely earned some great attraction, and I think it's great. I'm going to still post on there, but it won't be often. I will post on there whenever I'm like in a gaming mood and I kind of want to record something new, and I'll be like, all right, I want to try this new game and see what people think. But overall, though, I think that channel I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm gonna still work really hard on like whenever I do make a video, I'm gonna make sure that that video is as perfect as it is. K Studio Films and Hoofenauer Entertainment. I am working on making new content. Uh, there will be some updates very soon about that. Right now, the channels are just kind of they don't really have anything yet, but we're working on getting some stuff ready for that. And right now I'm kind of like in the middle of trying to get the last banner for JTS, which is I've received the sketch. It looks great, but the artist just needs to kind of practice a little bit more and try to make sure it fits. And it's good looking, and also as Lane Soldier, the very first story of my large project. I think after this video, I'm gonna get straight into editing because I need to get some work. I need to get that finished really quick, and I need to kind of focus my attention on that and try to get it done this weekend. I want to finish it by the end of this weekend. If I can do that and I can get the proper edits and make it good and genuine and good, hopefully by the end of it, it would be much better, and I can move it on to an artist who I can work with to make the comic and some physical copies of the comic, or do something to make it go towards that direction. And then I can send it off to a publisher and I can see like if whether or not they like it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of new to this whole thing, so I don't really know if like a publisher needs to come to me and be like, "Oh, I like this. You should turn this into a genuine comic." And then I'll be like, "Okay, well, then start thinking." Then I have to start the whole process over there, but whatever. I'll see what I can do, but I'm hoping I can get it done this weekend. I just want to get it done and ready for the next phase, which is the artist phase. And that's going to be really fun because there's going to be a lot of attention to detail that I'm going to have to try to focus my attention on to make sure that it's good and genuine, and at least make it fit the comic. So once again, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll see. Uh, and I haven't really worked on any kind of recent installments of the series. I guess it's just because my attention kind of just drifted backwards to Aslan Soldier because I realized that now we're finally making some progress to movement. The next thing, of course, I gotta start getting Teen 10 edited. That's gonna be, I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Um, but I'm hoping, like, once I get the artist to make the comic, which I want a good, efficient artist that can work with me, has great prices, they can make a comic, and it has a really great style, and they're very fast at it. That's the things that I need for this comic to be good at the end. Because I want it to be done within at least like 3 months. Like I think 3 months would be a great period to finish a comic. But of course, like have a couple of months before that to kind of plan with the artist. Like, okay, how do we want to do this? Like, do we want to make this comic? Do we want to follow along according to the story, or do we want to make our own special version that is specifically for the comic, and then we can have the Aslan Soldier story be its own thing? Maybe have a book for it, which I wouldn't mind publishing a book, I guess, but a comic just kind of feels a little bit more special, you know. A comic that kind of feels a little bit more engaging, and it feels like as if it can attract more people. And I realize there's only 22 pages that you have to work with a comic like that. So, yikes, that's going to be really difficult. But yeah, that's something that I'm very excited about, is the fact that the comic is, or Aslan Soldier is definitely going to be a great thing. And Teen 10, I would say that Teen 10's very messy. I would say it's very, very messy. I need to go back and I need to actually do some revisions and see what I can do to fix it from my view, and see if like there's any kind of way I can make it less messy and more better and efficient. I don't want to rewrite it. I'm gonna try to stick with where it is right now, but it's gonna want to fix some things that just don't really sound great or just don't really look great. And then I'm gonna send it off to the editor, and things are gonna basically be reversing upon that too. Um, Aslan Soldier Volume 2, though, is not currently done. I haven't really wrote anything about that in a while, but I really do want to go back to it, and I want to get working on it because, you know, it's a story that needs to be worked on. So I need to get working on that soon. But yeah, Hofenar Entertainment does have some things that are be coming up as well. Hofenar Entertainment isn't going to be focused too much on like something similar to Aslan Soldier. It's going to be more focused on Joraline's part of the story. Maybe, I'm not too sure yet. I don't know if he's going to be part of KCD Films or he's going to be part of Hofenar Entertainment. I might have to put it on Hofenar Entertainment because there's a lot of it that's going to be more targeted towards that part of the community. And Aslan and KCD Films is probably, once Universe Titan is done, it's going to be moving on to the next project, which is most likely going to be Ice and Iron, which is the project that my friend is doing. So he hasn't really done anything with it, but it is going to be very interesting. It's not going to be connected in any kind of way, but it's another project to look forward towards. So yeah, I'm very excited for what things will be coming ahead in the future, especially with my diet and changes in my lifestyle. I'm hoping things will be a little bit better for me, and hopefully things will improve upon there. But yeah, and as if I think that's pretty much everything. I don't think I got anything else I really got to say. Um, I think this is pretty much it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening upon the John's Talk Show. Very glad you guys could stop by and listen. And yeah, as of for the future episodes, I currently do not have a schedule yet, or really anything great for the future contents of JTS. Currently, right now, the series is been canceled, but I'm making another video because I haven't really made any kind of content in at least 4 weeks. So I decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna make something, and 'cause I want to waste some time and just make something that can kind of be good for everything. So yeah, I'm glad to listen to you guys and hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Say anything in the comments. Say what you guys have to say about my diets and what you guys think of the new what's going to be coming ahead for the channels. Um, I'll be around, I guess. But yeah, see you guys all later. And of course, do not subscribe to this channel because you will blow up and you will die. Okay, and I do not want to be sued upon the federal government to blame me for the sake that you subscribe to my channel, even though I very specifically said don't. Thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Or whatever episode is included upon all the channels and combined. I don't really know. I don't know. See you guys all later.